All right, hello chat, welcome back. Are you all ready to end our amazing rhythm block today? I am, but we do have one quick announcement first. Our bid war that I just mentioned for the UFO 50 game choice is extremely close to the point that it is exactly tied. Both games now have 110 Canadian dollars. Any one donation could change that. And we do have one here that helped us get tied. 10 Canadian dollars from SMO, who says, I want to see those ants. So we'll see, SMO, if we can get combatants or if the Golf Area fans will take it over. You'll have all of the next run to get those donations in. And we are ready, like I said, for the finale of Rhythm Game Block. This is a showcase of Pump It Up Phoenix, brought to us by the one, the only Zelo. Are you pumped up?
Thank you very much, Turtle. Hi, everyone. I'm Zelo, Zello, however you want to say it, never matters to me. So what is this giant doohickey behind me that I'm standing on? Well, this is a Pump It Up cabinet. Pump It Up being one of the many, many great arcade rhythm games. This is basically DDR's Korean competitor back in the day, all the way starting from 1999. We were playing the current version of the game, Phoenix, which was released in 2023, and we're just going to have just a fun old time. I do want to say real quick, thank y'all for making this bonus game happen. Your donations are very much appreciated, helping Little Warriors out. Before we get any further in this, one of my two commentators introduce themselves.
Hey, I'm Haru. You hear me all the time when Zil is doing showcases, and let's hope today's gonna be great.
I'm Tusa / Pure Asian, however you know me by, and I already know it's going to be great, so Zelo, you're going to kill it. Looking forward to it.
Thank y'all. So, this showcase, I have 15 songs prepared for y'all, and usually I just do several things on single going up and then several on double going up. That is still the same today, but I figured, why don't we theme this showcase? So this series is very famous for having a lot of classical arrangements, so with one minor exception, every song that you will see in this showcase is actually a electronic remix or arrangement of a classical tune. So that'll be the fun part. The other fun part that Turtle mentioned before we got into this, there is the incentive for playing Pump Twister at the end of this. This is a very fun, silly thing, kind of a meme in the Pump community. But if you want to just watch me roll on the pad for about 2 extra minutes, then go ahead and get your donations in for that. But otherwise, I'm going to get us started here, and Haru and Pure Asian can go ahead and give me the countdown and we'll get started.
Okay, I will do the countdown. We will start the game in 3, 2, 1, pump! Let's go. Timer starts now.
So Zelo's going to take some time to go find the songs that he's looking for. Different ways to sort through it, but yeah, feel free to give an overview if you want, Haru.
So, this is arcade game, that's why Zero has to restart the game every few songs. And we're gonna be starting really low for this showcase. And this is very, very famous song for Pump It Up. It's like a face of Pump It Up. And the chart is also very famous. It was made very long time ago, so it's a bit weird, at least in the eyes of modern players. And Zilo is starting to play it in the way we used to play back in the day. No bar.
Yeah. No bar, and he's already got the spins on deck. Wow, he's got it.
Also reading very, very slow.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't really seen much of Pump It Up or just dance games like this in general, basically the goal is as the step arrows kind of approach the top of the screen, as they hit that note sequence zone at the top, his feet have to correspond with the exact steps that match with it. And while yes, of course, Zelo is spinning for style points, it definitely is how the chart is kind of meant to be played at the same time. So it's a very cool thematic thing about this chart.
That's the gimmick of this chart, and almost every chart for this song has some kind of... Since Zelo announced this is a classic remixes showcase, I will do my best to read the names of the tunes and the composers, so please forgive me if I don't read it perfectly. I'm like not very versed in classic music. This is a remix of Pathetique, third movement by Ludwig van Beethoven. Very, very famous tune.
they did a really good job with like these like set of charts for it. Every time you have that motif, it's the same sort of like spin pattern, which is really nice about it. And I think it's one of the cool little things, like even if you're kind of like new to the game or kind of a beginner, yes, it is very intimidating still, but it's one of the early kind of little party tricks you can learn as a top player. So yay, excellent, incredible start to the showcase with a perfect 1 million score on Beethoven Virus single at difficulty level 7. Nicely done.
Let's talk a bit about that result screen. What do we see there and what does it mean?
Alright, so essentially you'll see a lot of perfects, basically one for each note in the chart, including like hold notes will tick for multiple. It'll also show judgments for like grades, goods, bads, or misses, depending on like how accurate you were with your steps. Also a kilocalorie combo, or a kilocalorie counter, but we don't need to talk about it. And all of that, those sort of things, except for the kcals, will kind of assemble into a score out of 1 million.
Yeah, and the score pretty much depends on your accuracy, and the plate, the words below the score, depends on how many judgments of different kinds you get.
Yeah.
We moved slightly up in difficulty, and this is a remix of Orchestral Suite Number 3 in D major by Johann Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, also known as Air on the G string. And it's a cool one. It's got a nice kind of like rhythm to it. You can see a lot of like syncopated eighth notes.
Well, it's a relatively recent chart, even though the song was in the game for quite a while. And it's good to see like many new charts added to older songs, so the game is more appealing to newcomer players and also filling up the gap because this song did not have much to offer before new charts were added in XX, I believe. Let's talk a bit about difficulty scale, because we saw there was a number 7 on the previous step chart and now it's number 13. So we have a scale for play on one pad, it goes from 1 to level 26. So 13 is right in the middle of the scale, but by players it's considered to be more on the easy end because scale stretches more in the beginning and kinda compresses by the end of it.
Very nice 16th note run by Zelo. Yeah, and we say easier end, but it's just there is a lot to learn in this game. The skill cap goes, of course, very high. Another perfect game to start us off. So excellent, quick work by Zelo on these charts. Well done. Making those end run outro segments that are just really strong bursts of 16th notes look like a walk in the park.
Pump it up, many charts are complementary to the music. They don't follow the notes exactly, but they more follow the tension of the music. That's why some people may think, oh, that run was not in the music, that's so many notes, but it was the more active part, that's why there were so many notes in there.
Yeah, I think some people coin it the pump licensing. If it fits the vibes of the song, then you're allowed to do it if it feels more ergonomic. Anyways, we're moving on. We jumped the difficulty again now. We just had a 13. Now we're on Maria S16, so the difficulty jumped up to 16.
And this is a remix of Ave Maria by Franz Schubert. This is also a very old song and a relatively recent step chart for it.
It's a good one. I think Maria in general has a lot of really good charts. You'll see here he's going to have to start doing a lot of like kind of twisty motions towards the end of the chart. I think especially around like the level 16 to 18 range is when a lot of kind of like quote-unquote newer players start to see their progression in the game stagnate for a tiny bit because the game starts to expect a lot more variety of skill sets out of you. And if that isn't apparent, maybe the back half of this chart will start to kind of showcase that. You can see these runs that we saw towards the tail end of Point Break are a lot more lengthy now.
You will also get some gallops mixed with jumps, and it requires quite a bit of attention to get the accuracy right in those areas, and also some very twisty steps here.
Yeah, and when we say twisty, you can see there are moments and patterns in this chart where Zelo's left foot has to go to the right side of the pad, or his right foot has to go over to the left side of the pad. And I think that's a really cool kind of like thing that you see that Pump It Up really likes to showcase. A lot of points where you kind of have to twist around, use your hips and kind of like arms to stabilize to really just make all of these patterns feel really flowy, really ergonomic.
Well, gladly in Pump It Up, most step charts resolve, so you can trust the step maker and just go with the flow.
Yes, most of them. Nice, another perfect game. Cruising right along up the difficulty ladder. Excellent work, Zila.
Next stage.
Really, really good stuff so far.
Level 16.
So each credit that he's playing, like, you'd be playing this in an arcade, right? So he's doing what's called a premium play, where you basically swipe your arcade card twice or whatever, and then to put money into the machine, and then you get to play up to 5 regular length songs. So he's on his 4th song now, Hellfire S18. Difficulty is 18.
And this one is very recognizable. It's from the wildest 4 seasons and it's summer. Getting really hot with those steps.
Yeah, you'll start to see there are even more. we're continuing this theme of like very persistent 16th note runs. And by 16th note runs, we can just, if don't have a musical background, they're just these very fast sequences. And you can see a lot of like pump it up patterns. It's really advisable as the note density gets faster to just really alternate your feet. So you can see it's more beneficial for Zilo to just do left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right over and over again, even if the pattern kind of twists itself around or stuff. As we were saying, you just really have to trust that it resolves. The charts are pretty good about that.
This song is also famous to have lots of drills where you don't have to move, but you have to repeatedly hit the same 2 panels. And it's not easy to keep the pace. Many new players struggle with keeping the pace specifically on the drills because when you don't move, it's all up to you to keep the rhythm.
Yeah, it's the rhythm, and then I think also just the panic when you see so many notes on the screen. It's easy to just kind of freak out a little bit and try to stop really hard and stuff, but a lot of like high level pump, and you'll see it later on in the showcase too, which will be really cool. Zilo does a really, really good job of kind of maintaining his composure as the sections get more intense and more crazy. So look forward to that for sure. But a lot of these lengthy 16 note runs already, you can see a lot of twists, a lot of crossovers too, but makes it straight to the end.
Nice.
Very, very smooth still, yeah.
While we're between songs here, could you let me know whether it's a good time to have a brief announcement?
Oh, that was perfect time, probably. Nice job, Zilo. Fourth perfect game in a row. Well done.
Yeah, amazing work, Zilo. And we do have some love as well from our previous runner, Cell. He sent in 20 Canadian dollars saying $5 for each PB in spin rhythm. I am so incredibly proud of everyone this event. This has been a special event in so many ways, and my heart is incredibly full. Let's make the final few runs incredible and keep raising money for Little Warriors. That $20 went towards our bonus for this very run, which does need to be met by the end of this showcase. We are now $20 in, $80 left in order to make Zilo play a Pump Twister at the end of this run.
Okay, this one is a mouthful. I will do my best. So, it's a remix of harpsichord suite in G minor, 6 movement called Passacaglia by George Frederick Handel. I hope I did it close.
That was excellent, yeah. Nice job.
You can experience my French soon.
So we're up to a level 19 chart now. As a reminder, the difficulty goes up in the game to a 26 for like single charts like this. So yeah, we're up all the way up to 19. 19 is definitely a little bit past kind of the initial, like one of the early difficulty spikes in Pump It Up. So it starts to kind of really expect you to be comfortable with this stuff, like how you saw in Hellfire, the last song that he played. So you'll see kind of this motif where he does a lot of running and then he gets a little break to kind of catch his breath. These parts are super important because the chart's of course going to pick up again and kind of throw you around some. So
yeah, level 19 is the last level of intermediate series of titles for Pump It Up themes. So that
you think of titles as like achievements basically in the game.
Yeah. After this, you pretty much considered advanced level player.
Look at
To
all
get
these
the titles,
characters.
to get the titles, you need to play certain number of songs and pass them without dropping your life bar to 0. In Pump It Up, if you play in premium mode, if your life bar drops to 0, you don't, your game does not stop, you continue playing, but you will get a different grade, it will be broken, and you won't have letters, like words with the play.
Yeah, so you can see another plate popping up on the screen that says perfect game. A full credit of perfect game. A beautiful, beautiful score results screen for all 5. Well done, Zelo. And I just want to commend you also, that end run passage after the anchor into the diagonal twist. Really, really composed. An incredible job.
Yeah, those
Great
twists
stuff.
at the very end, they're like very pretzel-y.
Very pretzel-y is a great way to put it. It's so
They destroyed so many no-miss runs for me.
Yeah. I like to call them, like, you know, diagonal twist too, where you kind of really have to like scissor your legs to hit the notes correctly. It's so easy to accidentally step on the wrong thing or miss a panel. So like the amount of composure and like kind of body control, like both hip rotation and arm usage and leg like throwing into stuff, like takes a lot.
Speaking of pretzels and diagonals, we're
Oh,
getting
gosh.
another one right here.
Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we're about to do Canon D S20.
Yeah, and this is a remix of Canon in D by Johann Pachelbel.
This chart has a lot of stuff in it. I was making some notes prior to this showcase, and I just wrote down Hip Twister 9000 for this one because I don't know what else to put for it.
Well, this pattern is not too hard to cheat, and I know many people got one of their first no-miss scores on this chart in particular because they very good in manipulating that pattern.
Yeah, and when we say cheat, it's kind of like it's not like a
It's
cheater.
not in a bad way.
It's not a bad term. It's more like instead of twisting a pattern by alternating your feet, there's an alternative play style where you can kind of like shuffle your feet and kind of double step or bracket a little bit. We'll talk about brackets later, but Zelo's still opting the full twist stuff. It's a little bit easier to get perfect games by full twisting, and just of course it's more tiring because you're having to throw your body weight around and all that stuff.
This is one of the charts where part of it don't resolve because he does that turn at the bottom and then he has to start with the same foot he just turned with. But it's decently old, and Zelo is an old school player, so he knows what's going on in there. He's ready for that.
Very good job through that difficulty spike in the guitar solo. You can see a lot of like very aggressive hip twisting motions. We see our first good picked up on the pads, but making it all the way through to the outro, and it's good. It's good.
This song is decently short, but when you play it, it feels so long
Feels
because
relentless.
that run just goes and twists and you become pretzel more and more.
It's a lengthy run. So we see our first different plate, an extreme game due to the one good. But otherwise, you know, maintaining combo the entire way through.
Next stage.
You only really break combo in this game when you get a bad or a miss, so he's just in that range to keep combo all the way.
Level 20. Level
Combo
22.
used to matter a lot in Pump It Up because the scoring was mainly based on how good you combo. But in Phoenix they changed the scoring and your accuracy matters more now. Combo only makes 5,000 points of your million points.
Already bumping up to an S22, so, or single 22, so if you haven't seen enough relentless running, this is another kind of thematic charting style where he's going to be just playing 16th notes the entire way through the chart after this intro here, and it's all left foot downbeat, so he's just going to be playing 16th notes for the next minute and a half or so.
Yeah, sometimes they like to make stamina charts to just test how long you can last.
Yes, so please pray for Zelo. He's going to need it. These charts are very lengthy, and I think these sort of like stamina charts, it starts to really emphasize the importance of playing with like heel and toe. So a lot of advice that you'll see given to beginner players in Pump It Up is like, oh, use your heels on the blue arrows, use your toes on the red arrows, especially for when you don't have twisty patterns. So you can see when it gets twisty, Zelo's opting to use more toe, but when it's like very straightforward type of patterns, he's relying on his heels. And not only does it reduce the distance that you have to travel, it also kind of gives you like more angles in which you can hit the patterns. You don't have to just use your toes. You can kind of like rock back and forth a little bit more easily, especially like in this kind of gear.
I feel like it's more reliable to just use your toes when you turn, because otherwise you risk to slide over the center and trigger a bad bet on that. Also, this song was a contest participant, and the mirror sometimes holds contests where people can submit their songs or other creations, and the winners of the contest get added into the game. So this was one of those songs, and it's a remix of Solfeggietto by Different-Bach, Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach, and apparently it's a son of previously mentioned Johann Sebastian Bach.
Well done, Zila. It looks so tiring. He picked up a marvelous game with a 992,000 score, with 2 misses, 13 greats, and otherwise perfect.
Next stage.
Very relentless chart, lots of crazy twists. Very tiring chart, and this showcase is still not... We're still chugging right along.
Level 23.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through, I believe.
I am worried for this guy. He's going into the 23 folder now. The charts get very crazy once we get this high.
Yeah, and this one in particular, because it was from the time when step makers were still figuring out how to work with high BPM and how to make it playable.
Yeah, this is certainly one of the ways, but it is not a more conventional way. But I'm very curious to see how Zila plays it. I'm curious to see if they're like what we talked about, cheating / more manipulation heavy playstyles where you kind of double step a little bit, or if he's going to try to turn sideways for it and do some of these like crazy expectation of twists. There's a lot of crazy stuff in this start. I would say definitely watch the left side of the screen and see all the silly things that Zilo has to do to play this chart like very efficiently, because it's crazy. It's a very crazy one.
This song is still in my top 3 of most menacing boss songs. I feel like it's very fitting to be a boss. It's a remix of Queen of the Night from The Magic Flute by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
I just want to quickly cut in and say this chart, like this song, is actually almost 20 years old, and I think Mozart would still have the same reaction today as he did 20 years ago if he saw it.
A lot of players would have about the same reaction. What is that? It's so a good song. I so love it.
Look at his heel hitting the center panel there. Okay, opting for some double steps here at the start.
Yeah, back in the day we didn't turn our feet like that. We just did 8 notes instead of the drill.
Going for some twist ideas. Okay.
Zero has a whole system how he plays this chart, where to turn the wrong way because it's more convenient.
Oh, wow, that's interesting, yeah. A lot of good rolling, so we call them like rolling brackets. We haven't seen too many brackets yet, but you can see brackets are essentially where you have to hit 2 arrow panels with the same foot. And
well,
you can see
in this chart they are not brackets, they are actually turns, but Zero just chooses because the song is very fast and you still can get away with it because of how wide the time window is.
Yes. And you see all these parts where like 3 notes pop up on the screen at the same time. Those you do have to bracket, like you absolutely have to bracket them, and he's doing an incredible job keeping combo through them.
I'm so glad they fixed that part where you had to bracket sides and you needed really big shoe size for that.
Me too. Nice.
So you see there are not many like big runs, the runs are mostly broken, but because how twisty the patterns are, it's just so hard to play good on this chart.
It is tiring. Like all of these patterns, if you go for twists or go for like these segments here, they knock the wind out of you. And look at the funny ending. Nice. Of course he's ready for it.
Yes, you have to go down if you don't have big feet, because you have to hit all 5 panels.
Nice hit, Zilo.
Yes! Your skills are really amazing!
What a boss. Would this be another good time for me to break in while Zilo takes a quick breather?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Because if you look at the timer chat, you might notice that we're
Next stage.
almost to halfway through this run. And we are also almost to halfway through our incentive for this run, thanks to a $25 donation coming in from Matrimony, who says what we all had to be thinking. I had to donate after seeing 5 perfect games in 1 credit. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for that donation, both to Little Warriors and to making Zelo roll around on the pad playing Twister at the end of this run. Only if we get the remaining $55 in before the end of this exhibition. Come on, chat. I know you can do it.
Thank you, Turtle. So, we
Let's
played a
go.
bunch of single. We're gonna switch it up. Difficulty in this game can come from many sources. So, we're gonna switch it up to double. I'm gonna let my commentators take over and y'all's heads can kind of go, why?
Yeah, Zelo's now gonna take over the whole platform, not just one half of it.
What a great chart to showcase that, by the way. Toccata D18.
Yeah, this is a remix of Toccata and Fugue in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach.
There he goes. He's already over to the other side of the pad for the first time in this showcase.
Yeah, this one doesn't have so many arrows, but it has a lot of wide movement.
So you can see a lot more kind of like arm usage for kind of stability and control, and you have to be like very kind of like conscious of how far you're throwing and shifting your body weight around to make it all the way over to the other side of the pad. You see a lot of these patterns like right here where he has to kind of like really quickly shuffle over from one side to the other. And so a lot of doubles charts, like they're good about making it make sense in the sense that you're not going to really have your legs too far split apart for the most part. It's like pretty understandable expectation once you can learn how to read it, but you need to learn how to read it, you know?
You say not so widespread, and I'm laughing internally.
Foreshadowing.
Yep.
Ooh. Ooh, good staircase. Goes all the way over from the right to the left, back to the right.
Yeah, this is surprisingly tricky for how slow it is. It's only, what, 105 BPM? Something like that? By BPM, we reference beats per minute, so it's the tempo of the song. The higher the number, the faster the song is.
Nice job. Nice, good intro to our doubles part of the showcase.
Absolutely
Very good.
perfect.
Another perfect.
So it looked like Zila was skating across the pads.
Next stage.
Okay, it's time for my French.
Alright, I'll let you take this one away.
Level 15, level 20. But then
Moving up to double 20 now.
Yeah, so let me take a breath. This is a remix of Waltz in D flat major, Op 64 number 1, Waltz du Petit Chien by Frédéric Chopin. I'm really sorry to our Canadian listeners for my French. I'm rusty.
Sounded great from here.
I'm struggling with those nasal sounds. They're so hard.
Trust me, you're
Anyways.
doing okay. I've heard somebody do the entire Rayman 2 intro in French.
Anyways, Zilla's getting ready.
This is a good one. It's very impressive to me to see a perfect game personal best record on this chart because the ending, the outro sequence especially, is very easy to get tripped up on. So
Yes. We talked to the step maker and they didn't know they used 20 notes in there pretty much. It's really confusing. Just because when you chart delayed brackets, it's not always easy to keep track of what the rhythm actually is in there. Starts relatively easy, there's just some wide movement, not too fast, just small bursts here and there.
that's cool. It's nice when they kind of can introduce. Ooh, watch this. Spin pattern. He's got
Yep.
it. Have to do it for the style points. Very nice.
Well, you will see some style points in just a bit right here. Because Zero has a very fun strat for this button in particular.
Ha, nice. Interesting.
He's-
Okay,
he's
very
so
cool. Oh, he's
reliable.
running around. Got to get his exercise in before the chart starts again. Okay, good. Good. It's cool. It's nice to see like charts with like a 3-4 time signature for those of you who have a musical background. A lot of bursts picking up here. Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the chart. It's going to get a little trickier towards the end. One more segment here. It's going to be tricky.
Yeah, going into some jump patterns after the breaking part. Right here. Those jumps are very tricky to do with good accuracy.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
I think it's perfect game.
It looked perfect.
It's really
We'll
hard to
see.
see because the notes are so much clustered together. It's hard to tell until you figure it out.
Yeah, looks ambiguous.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's perfect game.
He did
And
the summoning ritual of the perfect
easy
game by running
It's
around
also
the paths.
Now,
Yeah, those are 20 notes. It's like quantization not intuitive at all.
The summoning ritual worked. We summoned the perfect game. Hopefully we can summon some more donations too.
Yes, you
Zero
really
excellent
want to
work.
see what Zillow has to offer for the Pump Twister. It's really fun to
Please.
watch.
You must. It is
it
so
seems
good.
like the summoning ritual for donations has already begun to work, as a matter of fact. We have 10 Canadian dollars coming in from Tempest Mask 1000, who says, "This will be my final donation for the event. And what better to do so than during Zelo's Pump It Up showcase? Kudos to an always amazing rhythm game player whose work has only inspired me to try and improve my own skills to be the best I can make it. Shout out to King of Sales by Nozaro, which I recently did for the first time at a Dave & Buster's. With all that said, I hope we reach that milestone, and thanks for everything this weekend. Community, Steve out."
Sweet. I love the shout out to King of Sales.
Yeah, Zillow's moving up a level again. So this song is a remix of an older Phantom that was introduced long time ago in 2006. And that Phantom in turn was a remix of a theme from Phantom of the Opera musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber. This is the only non-actual classical remix in this showcase, but it's close enough. It's like almost classic. It's there. And
We'll
the
allow
chart
it.
is also a remix of original Nightmare Double chart, somewhat. And it's made by the same person, by the way. Yeah, it's really nice throwback to the original chart, even though this one flows much better.
You
And
can see
Dylan
Zelo's
knows where
already
it starts.
positioned on the left side of the pad. Chart knowledge. Very twisty intro sequence. You can see, like, especially for like these outer twists, you really have to kind of like twist your hips and like stretch over for them and kind of shift your body weight to get in position for them.
So you asked me earlier what is my favorite chart. I don't have like one specific favorite chart, but this was one of my top 5 new charts introduced in Fiesta 1. Because this is awesome. I love it.
It's good. It's a good chart for sure. Making very quick work of these twists, making them look very easy. I can assure you they're a lot twistier and more stressful to reach for than he's making it look, so.
I really like the movement in though. It's like,
Yeah.
it flows so good. It feels satisfying to do it.
Very good anchors by Zelo.
Also, somebody in chat is asking what is this background video. Yeah, it's an animation of the actual musical, but those doll models, they're so weird.
It's entertainment value. It's so good. Anyway, Zelo's getting to the meat of the chart here. A lot of like twisty bursts here. Very tricky to maintain a perfect game through this. And I think he's done it. Wow.
I think he may
Very
have
lucky.
had one judgment at the very beginning, if I'm not
No.
mistaken. But the ending was perfect.
Very clean outro, yeah.
Yeah, there was one right at the very beginning.
An ultimate game. Wow.
Yeah, so
Like-
ultimate gameplay means you only got perfects and grades. No goods, no bads, no misses.
And of all the places to get a grade, I'm surprised it's the intro, not the outro.
Well, you know
Outro is
how it
not
always
easy.
say. 8 notes are the hardest.
Next stage.
Eighth notes are the hardest, yes.
To be fair, 4th notes are even harder.
True.
Level 21. Level 22.
Boy, I'm so glad that doubles patterns are so intuitive and don't really like stretch you that far. Isn't that great,
Foreshadowing
everybody?
yourself.
Isn't that great, everybody? They're so intuitive. It's great for people who are, you know, it accommodates players who are a little shorter. So I really appreciate that about this game.
And as a quick reminder, if we do want to be stretching Zelo further, we still need $45 more to hit the pump twister incentive, which will stretch him all over that board with the randomized hold notes.
Okay, so this is a remix of a theme from Swan Lake by Piotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. And this is not the first and not the last remix of this same theme. We have 3 of them in the game. Which one
We're
is your
about to
favorite,
see.
Tusa?
Ooh. I think this one's the most iconic, so as much as I kind of
I guess I'm the
as much as
minority.
I'm terrified about this chart, I think it's my favorite in terms of shock value, so
I'm in minority because I like Ugly the most.
oh, okay. I think Black Swan is the most conventional, but this one is the most kind of standoutish, so I have to give it credit where credit is due. So you can see Zelo kind of made it through the intro very swimmingly, where you have to hit a lot of bracket jumps, where again, brackets you're hitting 2 notes with the same foot, and because 3 notes are appearing on the screen at the same time, you kind of have to do some hopping around and hitting multiple panels per foot, so...
And if I'm not mistaken, all of those triple jumps count as separate notes each.
Yes, that's how I remember it as well. So you can see a lot of movements where he's kind of having to like shuffle to the right, to the left, back to the right. And it's about to get harder because it's going to go into this drill sequence, and look at him go on the left side of the screen. He's stretching
What did
so
you say
far.
about short people?
Sorry, hate to break it to you. This game does have a couple charts, at least 3, that really just like to stretch you thin, so...
Well, I hate to break it to you back because short people can do this with proper technique.
Hey, I believe it. I believe it. Oh, where's the note gonna be? Ooh, it's in the middle. He's got it. So now we have quad jumps where you have to hit 4 notes, so 2 per foot. A lot of high-level charts start to introduce brackets like this, so...
I like the development of the same idea, but it just gets a bit harder on the same repetition in the music.
Yeah, a lot of like, I think especially more modern pump charting, I think does a great job kind of expanding on motifs, like charting ideas, so... Really, really, really fun stuff in this game. Oh, and you hit the funny. Great job, great job.
And so
Just
the
hold
end
it a
of
little
Sonic-
longer. There you go. Don't drop it. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Back in the day when we only had Chunhua Banjom, it was such a party trick to play Chunhua Banjom and do all the stretch jumps.
Oh my gosh. Also, I want to just give a quick blurb. Getting a triple S on this chart is like a 991 is incredibly insane because the note count is kind of lower. So any non-perfect judgment makes it like, you know, exceedingly harder to get a triple S versus like other charts in the same difficulty range. So
Yeah, the
that is
song is
really
also
awesome.
the song is not perfectly synced. Zeros tried to mitigate it by using JT-5, so adjusting the timing of his judgment a bit, but still the song is very late, so you have to hold on a lot. And holding on drills is hard, as we talked, like control on drills is not easy. This is another contest song, by the way, and it's a remix of Minuets in G minor by Christian Petzold. But you would hardly guess it's a classical remix when you hear this song.
Unless you played piano growing up, because I think everybody, it's one of like the
I did
piano
not.
songs.
I did not go to music school.
It's a good one. I really like this remix.
It's so cute, and the background is just so adorable. One of our friends was part of making this background. A really awesome artist, Mimi Chair.
I want to give another quick blurb. I wanted to check how many people had a triple S on Red Swan worldwide, and it's only 71 people. So
That's
to give you kind of an
lot.
idea, yeah, it's quite a bit, but like less than 100, which is saying something for sure. To be able to pull it out in a showcase like this, just live on command, is crazy. So well done.
And here we get some tricky brackets where you have to move fast from up to down to the bracket.
They go really well with this song. I like the charting idea here, like really accenting all the like pantheons with brackets. So
Yeah, I like the idea too, but it's very tricky to perform that pattern in particular. I always have trouble doing this one.
agreed. And I think another like thematic motif you'll see in this chart, I think a lot of the doubles that Zelo picked out for this showcase, a lot of lateral movements. So we're in a rest section right now, but during the run sections, you'll see a lot of parts where he has to kind of like play stuff on the left side, swing over to the right side, play stuff over there, swing over back to the left, you know, a lot of those kind of things. So this chart's really good about kind of balancing you, juggling back and forth between it, but it makes it so exhausting to kind of play all the way through.
For Zelo, it's bread and butter, all that movement. That's where he excels at.
Yeah, making very, like, you can see very good heel-toe movement here. This kind of goes back to the tried and true advice for being a fundamentalist in Pump, where having very good technique, I think, can take you very far in terms of just saving stamina, increasing your... Here we go into the climax of the chart. Very tricky sequence. But you can see, like, in order to actually play through the ending, of course, you have to be able to read it, but you also have to be able to play it fast enough and have the stamina. So you're kind of juggling all of these different factors mentally while you're playing. And Zelo, of course, killed it.
This chart is all about movement and footwork.
Another triple S on a level 23, so that is very, 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 very good.
I cut in with an announcement that is also very good.
Can't wait to hear
Yes,
it.
go
What is
ahead.
it?
Hey Zelo, are you ready to get stretchy, a little twisted up, perchance?
Yes!
We have in fact met our incentive for the Pump It Up Phoenix Pump Twister bonus song played at the end of this marathon. Thank you everyone so much for raising that $100. To bring us over the finish line, we had $40 from Darkspace saying so impressed by all the amazing gamers in this marathon and so proud of the work that Little Warriors does. Thank you so much, Darkspace, for pushing us so close and then right over the edge with $5 from Matt. He says, Twister, you say? Yeah, sure, I want that. And I'm sure everyone would love to see how limber Zelo is. Equals D. G. Good job, everyone, and thank you for putting on a great event. Thank you to
It's
both
gonna be
of you
so
and
fun.
everyone else who has donated to Little Warriors so far to raise over $4,000 and get us Pump Twister. Let's go!
Wow.
I'm so excited. It's probably going to be as hard as, if not harder, than the last song he's going to be doing in the showcase, which is coming up quite kind of soon. But before that, we have another quite terrifying song. If you're like, for a lot of players, I would say Sarabon D24. It's a very, very cool song. Very twisty, very run heavy, lots of transitions.
Yeah, you're up for a feat because Zelo's gonna do all the twist in this one. And this is a remix of Saraband by George Frederick Handel.
There's a lot of, I guess, homework you can do on this chart to study it.
Yeah.
I say homework because I think once you get towards, especially like the level 20 plus range of Pump It Up, I think it's very common for people to be like studying the charts on YouTube and kind of doing their homework on it, especially because the like number of charts in the game starts to shrink per difficulty level. So you can actually kind of like piece the charts together a bit more. And of course, just to get it to a point where you can play it effectively, you're really starting to put a lot of time into playing it over and over. So what you're seeing here is like years of refinement and technique, as Zelo's about to show. And he already even knows where the chart starts, because of course.
Yeah, I think this one is hard even for high-level seasoned players because a lot of twists in here are very non-conventional and very wide.
Yeah, so I think
Got some stops here.
yeah, a lot of gimmick jumps here, so a lot more bracket jumps, and these are kind of like even like the easier part where you're supposed to be resting and conserving your stamina, because this chart is about to become very relentless very soon. So
Conserve your stamina, you don't conserve your brain power at all.
yes.
With Pump, not everything is about your physical ability, sometimes it's about your brain.
There's going to be this twist segment here. There's going to be one part where his right leg has to cross under his left. Okay, he just managed it. That's really good. Very twisty segment here. Keeps the combo. Big staircase here, combos through it.
Lots of wide switch across the pad.
Good bracket hits, they go perfectly with the song. Bracket twist here. Keeps combo going into this next rest section here. It is also still very easy to drop combo. But this is technically your rest going into the outro of the chart, which is going to pick up and have a lot more 16th notes again. Good luck, Zelo. Big diagonal twist here. Combos through it. One miss is fine. Bracket hits, brackets. Big pad transitions, very fast broken staircase into the final hold.
Yeah, but by this point you're exhausted and it's the hardest pattern in the whole chart. So hard.
It's a terrifying,
Even looking at that
good
is
run.
hard.
6 miss, 1 good, 3 greats, triple S score.
Yeah, this is awesome
992.
combo. It's like it's level 24, and on doubles, by the way, the scale goes from level 1 to level question mark, which we assume is level 29. So it's way up there. It's expert title.
Next stage.
Yes, to put it into perspective, only 25 people currently have a triple S on that chart in the world, so
And it's not even zero PP, as you can tell.
that's not his personal best, yes. So pulling that out in the showcase is incredibly terrifying to see.
Level 24. Level 25.
That sends you a lot of energy because the last song in the main showcase, it's gonna be extremely hard in dealing with all the energy we can send.
Yes. This is another one where I can talk for a lot longer than the duration of the song about how it goes and what you need to be thinking about while playing it. At a very high level, it's another stamina-heavy, twisty chart. So I don't know why he's doing this back to back to back to back with all the other stamina charts he's been doing. However, another thing to say about this chart, there are some difficulty level 25 charts that are notoriously like boss 25s, and this, by a lot of people's metrics, is definitely up there.
This should have
Yeah, I just want to say that 25
Some
number on
people- yeah,
screen
people
is
say this.
definitely a lie. Thank you, EXE.
Yes. EXE
Well,
being the step maker who rated it as such, but yes.
You see, it's a remix of the piece by the same name by Frederick Chopin, and Chopin is known for his motto, you give me whole piano, I use whole piano. So
Yes.
there will be lots of notes in there. Lots of notes
Yes.
and lots of steps following those notes, and some additional steps possibly.
Yes. So this, this is definitely upper echelon of level 25 charts in the game. It's very tiring. It's very crazy. Probably should be a 26. It's
Yeah,
gonna
like
be a
if
good
it-
time. So
If it was 150-ish, it would be 25. At 170, it's definitely 26.
yes. What we are hoping for this chart, I think, watching Zelo playing, there's a rainbow thing where we see the flashing light warning, where his life bar has been displayed in its full rainbow the entire way he's been playing through, which means he has not really lost any life bar during the duration of the song. We're going to send our energy and hope for the best that Zelo is able to make it all the way through this chart without that life bar touching 0. So
It's gonna be a
send your
challenge.
energy. It's gonna be fine. This is a crazy song. This is a crazy chart. I just have to preface that. I cannot
Yeah,
overstate
but
it.
we
Yeah.
know Zelo did it at least once because he has a personal best score displayed over there. And in Phoenix, if you don't pass the song without dropping your life bar, you will not have a personal best score. So good luck, Zelo. You can do it.
Yeah, it
This
has a
is the
lot of
last
these.
song. Push.
Has a lot of these like mini crab walk types patterns. A lot of these anchor patterns where you can kind of think about saving energy because they're more stationary on the pads, but you still do have to kind of lift your feet and press them down again quite a lot. So a lot of this is kind of the stamina conservation piece and kind of piecing it together.
The problem with this, there is no really rest at all. Even what looks like rest is not rest.
Yeah, you definitely have to be
stamina
very
heavy.
careful. Yeah, very
And-
stamina heavy.
The farther you go, the more movement heavy it becomes. You get more tired and you have to move more, like right here.
Yeah,
Why
even these
you
parts
pattern?
with holds, like if you drop a hold, you lose a lot of life very quickly. So very good job there. Now a center 6 pattern here, where you stay in the middle of the pads. Good job manipulating parts of it there. Crab walk, because why? This is technically a rest where you can regain your composure. Good job keeping the combo. It's very easy to bad chain there.
Yeah,
Going
that
back
was
into
a
the mini
pretty
crab
clean.
walk.
That was pretty clean drill.
It's
Really
looking
job.
good for a pass. It's looking very good for a pass.
Now Zelo just
Hopefully
have
he's
to
okay
push
with
until the end because stamina is running out.
Yeah, and the difficulty spike at the end is definitely the craziest part of the chart, so you need to have that energy for the ending, so it's going to be a lot harder than even what's currently on screen. Into the bracket hops, you're going into the end sequence. It's going to be a lot of like tornado twists, for lack of a better term. You can see them here.
That's a good term, tornado.
I don't know what else to call it. It's kind of crazy. A lot of movements into a bracket 2+2 drill, into very wide-reaching steps, into very big flings. The life bar starts to budge, but he's at full still. It's still alive.
And he did the fail!
He has it. He got the
Great
clear.
job. That was a really solid run until.
That's the way to go.
That was the first time we saw the life bar not be full, but he clutched the clear. So that is
Top on
really,
his
really
personal
awesome.
best. A really good score for the end of showcase.
9.62, incredible.
9.67, I believe, is his best.
Crazy work. Excellent pass. Excellent jump.
And it's time.
But now for the real finale, the real thing that we all donated to come see. It is time for Pump It Up Twister, which I am so excited about. First of all, round of applause, Elo. Congratulations. That was excellent
Clap.
job. Big claps, big applause. You deserve it, and please take some time to rest because I know you must be exhausted.
Well,
Oh my
gladly,
gosh.
the incentive does not require much energy, just a bit of brain.
While Zelo is resting, I can give us some quick updates because we did meet that incentive for this game, but we also have something that's closing very, very soon for our next game, and that is the bid war to determine what we're running. So the game is UFO 50, which if you don't know is an indie game with 50 other games contained within it, and our runner will be running either Golfaria or Combatants based on your donations. Those were tied at $110 each up until like a couple seconds ago, where Golfaria has now taken the lead with 115 as opposed to 110. We have $55 from way earlier. That was the thing that tied us up originally from Underscore, who just says, "Embrace chaos." And we also have $25 from Anonymous, who says, ants. And Ants is currently trailing by $5. So Ant fans, you gotta get that money in, and Golf fans, you gotta keep your game ahead because it is right after this silly little song here that we will be starting to set up for UFO 50.
And this is my favorite remix of Swan Lake. Swan Lake again. So you noticed Zilo said random step modificator. I think
Yeah,
Zilo's
the
gonna
RS.
explain what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'll talk about that real quick. So first of all, thank y'all for meeting the incentive, because the original incentive that we scrapped was play something even harder than Etude, and I didn't want to do that this time. So we're gonna have something a little more funny this time. Like we mentioned, everything is random thanks to Random Step. This entire chart is just a bunch of holds, and normally that's not a problem. Normally you play it like you're a ballerina. Well, with Random Step on, every single one of those holds is randomly shuffled to a different position, and I don't know until it's on screen. So we're going to be playing Twister this way.
Let's go.
Yeah, in some games when you use random, it just swaps the column positions, but in Pump It Up, every step is randomized.
All right, the first one's on screen. He's got a little bit of time. He's planting his 2 feet down, but there are going to be 2 more that pop up. Okay, so he's able to bracket there. The last one's going to be all the way over the right. He reaches over for it. And now you can see where it gets his name. There we go. Got some hand action in. Good job. Oh, the knee action too. Impressive. Okay. The hard part about this too is that you have to like physically crane your neck upwards to see the arrows on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh no! The heel drop. It's fine. Good recovery. Good recovery. Dare I say it, this is harder than A225. Good recovery. That life bar is dancing with Zelo. He's building it back. Life bar's coming back. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Oh, good reach there.
Nice.
Very good save with the left leg.
Turned around.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, good. Good recovery. Good, he gets a moment to stand up again and catch his breath. Come on, man. One more. Right foot red. There you go. Nice.
No, that was easy.
There we go. Good.
One easy
Congrats.
button. for a break.
Left hand red.
Oh,
That's
Oh, yeah.
wow. Zelo, impressive. Oh no, it's the same one. There we go. Good.
That was 3 of the same in a row.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice, we didn't
Yes.
die.
Oh, we didn't. I think Zelo might have.
You did it!
Yeah, you
Well
see,
done.
there is no plate and the grate is gray and broken. That means that Zero dropped life bar to 0. But that was fun regardless.
I
Well
do
done,
want to
Zelo.
point out that our good friend in the community, J-Boy, legendary player, he has actually full perfected that with random on.
Oh my gosh.
Also helps that he's very tall.
He is.
Easier to reach sometimes.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, that is it for me. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you for meeting all these milestones for all this content. I'm always happy to be able to showcase a game I really love because Pump It Up is my favorite music game by far. Hence why I have a machine in my home. But I have played this game since 2008. And I have seen this game grow through good and bad. And it's always as fun to return to. And to be able to share that passion with y'all is something that I really enjoy. And that really goes for everybody in this marathon, showcasing the things they love to show, to come together for a great cause for Little Warriors. So thank you to everyone at Prevent-A-Thon staff and volunteers, all the hard work y'all do, all the great runners and volunteers, commentators, putting on these great runs. Thank you, Haru and Pure Asian, for being my wonderful wife and one of my best friends to always share this with. And thank you to Anna Miro for continuing to make this great game. We actually have a new version coming soon called Phoenix 2, and that will hopefully be out in a couple of months, and we'll see. Haru, Tusa, y'all have anything else y'all want to share?
Thanks for having us. It was a great showcase. It was fun.
Yep, shout outs to everybody running Prevent-A-Thon. Always fun to commentate for you, Zelo. Our wonderful host, Turtle Run. Thank you for your call outs. Yeah, let's do it again
Thank
sometime.
y'all, everyone. But on that note, that was my second run in the marathon, and this is actually my second music game showcase today. So I'm going to throw myself in the shower back there. So I'll let y'all have the rest of the marathon. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
y'all.
Zelo. Get some well-deserved rest after that absolutely fantastic performance. That was so much skill on display, and then so much chaos there at the end, thanks to that that twister incentive being met. Oh, I am grinning from ear to ear. That was such a cool showcase.